I'm in the art track, and I chose it because I had an interest in fine arts and 3D animation modeling in undergrad, and I wanted to continue that. FIEA had a mix of everything that I wanted to get into in terms of learning the game industry and how to actually get into it. It had production. It did allow you to go into other tracks like programming if you never did that in undergrad, and then of course it allowed me to explore more in-depth 2D and 3D modeling for games. A good artist in general needs to have a good foundation in the principles and elements of art, line, shape, value, color, knowing composition, being strong at figure drawing. And then a strong artist for games, you have to have a good work ethic, you have to get along with other people, you have to be willing to explore and to embrace newer technologies. You can't be afraid of your tool set. I think the most beneficial part of the program has both been the workload and the experience working with other people in other disciplines. I had the pleasure of being an art lead on one of the capstone projects, and the responsibility and all of the other duties that I had outside of just making art really helped me to grow not just as an artist but as a developer. My venture track experience has actually been a lot of fun because I've gotten to work on the types of games I got to work on that in capstone as well. I've kind of always been able to work on mobile games at FIEA. I've sought those out. But it's been a lot of fun because it was a very small team, and it kind of had that indie kind of feel to it, and it's nice being able to work that closely with just 3 other people and to have that kind of camaraderie on your team. So that's been a lot of fun. I knew FIEA was going to be hard. I didn't realize just how much of a workload we were going to have. It was a little different transitioning for me because I had been working several years, so coming back to school was a little bit difficult, but within the first month or so you get into the swing of things. Outside of that, though, FIEA not only met my expectations but exceeded them in terms of what I wanted to get out of the program, and I love the people I've met here. I love how funny and how engaging they are, so that, yeah, I think I'm going to miss them when we all go off and start our careers and leave this area. No, there was nothing really surprising in the program. I was more surprised at myself at how interested I got in other areas. I really love working in different engines. I love Unity, and I've grown to love Flash, I should say. And I've never really had experience with 3D engines before, so that was actually something. It was like, oh wow, there's not just making the art for the levels, but actually being able to physically build these levels and engines is a lot of fun. And that's something I've never gotten to do before. I don't recommend that you have an outside job. I do recommend that you do have outside hobbies, that you try to give yourself a break and try to decompress when you go home. Make it that when you come into FIEA, you put on your work face, and when you go home, you relax. Having the ability to use it or treat it as a full-time job will make it an easier experience for you in the long run. If you try to crunch all the time and you don't give yourself any kind of a break, you are going to burn out.